Alright, what's happening, fam? LAR movement still moving. Book is entitled Lessons from a Non-Custodial Father at Amazon, Kindle, and Create Space. Link will be in the description box below as usual. This video is entitled A Society of Half-Truths. I don't like liars. But specifically, I don't like liars who tell half-truths because they use a half-truth to reel you in to believe their nonsense. And, that means they planned it out intentionally how to get over. They played on your sensibilities, your emotions, but so to a degree, this is why our society is so fake, because it's a society built on half-truths. And this is why there's this weird dichotomy with certain things, and this weird, like, American schizophrenia, because historically, when you look at history in this country, you're indoctrinated into being what an American is. And what is that? A half-truth. The things you learn in history to be proud of, as you get older, you find out you only had half of the story. The half of the story that made you proud to be an American. Right? And that depends on which group you're in, to the extent of when you're going to get the whole truth or when you're going to accept the whole truth. So, when the society is built the way it is, it's on a lie. A half-truth. The good parts we print out and we say this is what we are. The bad parts, we say, oh, I forgot to tell you about that. Which is an issue. The same thing that goes on with Christianity. It's a half-truth. The whole way it's done is a half-truth. And for this to be a Christian nation, right, it's a half-truth. But you can't, when people start reading the Bible and dissecting the Bible, they realize, if people were so into God, they would actually put it in a way that was there was no room for ambiguity. If truth is what mattered. But the way that Christianity and religion is presented in America is to manipulate people. So it's not, so no matter how you say it, it's a half-truth. Capitalism, same thing. If you work hard enough, you make something out of yourself. I believe in the hard work. I do. I believe in having a good work ethic. But the half-truth is, that people are scam artists and opportunists out here who will take advantage of people's hard work. This is their occupation, is to take advantage and steal the benefits from somebody else's hard work. We don't talk about that because, the truth is we want everybody to work hard, but we don't necessarily. But the back end is we don't want everybody to benefit off of their own hard work. See what I'm saying? Like, this is a society of half-truth. Same thing. We want when indoctrinated in being American, we want everybody to be proud to be an American, but we want everybody to ignore what it took to be an American. Because we're supposed to be a superpower. We want everybody to be a Christian, but we want to ignore that, American Christianity couldn't even take Christianity at its face value. They had to alter it. So it's really not what it's supposed to be. A book of truth filled with lies to make people feel comfortable. That should tell you something. And told in ways to manipulate people. That should tell you something. And because these are, quote unquote, the pillars, some of the pillars of our society, we have this schizophrenic mindset where we make sense of things that don't make sense because they're based in a half truth. The American military is going out onto the world peacekeeping. You don't need tanks and bullets and hit squads to keep peace. Just don't go there. Or talk to those people if you're diplomatic, right? But that's not what we do, you know. You know, I got a gun for self-defense, but you taking it out, brandishing it to everybody to let them know that you'll kill somebody. It's half truth. Like, you got a gun because you wanted to be able to have a weapon on you that could kill people. You know, the defending myself was just really the half truth. You know, you're not successful because you didn't work hard enough. No, you could be working real hard for somebody else who's benefiting from it. You know, this is what this country was built on. You know, people working real hard while somebody else reaped the benefits. That's, you know, slavery is our model for capitalism. Not just slavery, the stealing of the land and not paying. Like, everything that we consider American is a half truth. Did we pay for? I should say we. Was America paid for? Did they pay people to occupy this land? No. Did they trade to occupy this land? No. And when people say yes, they did, no, they didn't, because even when you read it historically, the way they did it was the way that you can't do it. You know, I'm gonna go out and get you drunk, and I'm gonna get you high, and then I'm gonna say, hey, I'm gonna give you this glass for 400 acres. And somebody hires a cat. For real? Oh, that sounds dope. You know, now that you can't say they didn't know that was immoral and wrong then, because they knew it then, right? I mean, the last time I remember that happened, and actually was when they stole George Clinton's musical rights for Parliament in a Funkadelic. He wrote an autograph on a napkin or some shit, and then the dude wrote, you know, a contract on it, and then he stuck to sign it while he was drinking with the guy. It's like, uphold this as a law. No, it's a half truth. You know, and what I notice in society is people are cracking up, because what's happening is the things that you are indoctrinated in believing to be true when you were young, when you become an adult, that house of cards falls down, and a lot of people don't have the mental strength or capacity to completely function. Because what happens is, when you're told a half truth, you're gonna believe it because you're gonna trust the people telling you. And you know, when somebody tells you a lie or a bunch of lies, once you find out you've been lied to, you question everything that person ever told you. So ultimately, we have a society that questions everything that they've been taught by the society because they've been told so many lies. But also, you got to take into consideration that in the same process, people have done things to other people under the belief of a half truth that in some ways are irreversible and unforgivable. And they justify the things that they did on believing this half truth. And when they come to find out that they've been lied to, you know, you can't change what was done. You can't rectify that. You can't atone some of these things, right? So we have a society that in some ways likes to use the half truth as an excuse to not fix the society that is broken. You know, this is why we talk about passing the buck and kicking the can from one, you know, generation to the next, because the normal excuse, every generation has a half truth. that the generation behind them has to clean up the mess up for, right? And when this happens, you wind up in a situation where you're really not able to clean up your mess, you know, as because your mess was created by a generation older than you, and and they're too old to pay attention to their half truth. But I can't say that now because we have too much information, and now I think our society is just lazy. To be perfectly honest, I think it's just lazy. But now people are using emotionalism as a way to circumvent not living in the complete truth. You know, now you need all this. Now you're depressed and you're suicidal and you need to get high and you need to talk it out. You need counseling for 75 years in a row because you just can't wrap your head around all the lies you've been told. But at the same time, you want to just live it up. It's like, so you're living that half truth too. I'm so scarred that all I'm going to do is just blow my life and have fun because I've been lied to so much. And then the next generation will come along like, wow, you know. So, you know, I'm going to get out of here because, like, that's enough videos for today. But this is my thoughts. You know, we have a society that's built on half truths. We out.